Yo, 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 what's up? And welcome back to the channel for another Tap League match. We got a 9-ball matchup today against a gentleman by the name of Dennis Johnson. I know Dennis pretty well, lives in my neighborhood, and he's only a skill level 3, and I'm a skill level 7 in this match. So it is a 7-3 race. So some tough action, tough acting, tenacting, and I won the leg, and I just broke. Let's get into this match, man, see how it goes. All right, so I broke dry. Dennis is going to come to the table. There is a push out, but I'm not 100% certain his team has informed him of a push out, but I think they have. But it looks like he's going to fire it. I think he can see it. Oh, yeah, he can see it clean as day. Got a little help from the 8-ball. He gets by with a little help from his friends. He's a quick shooter, though. He gets up to the table pretty fast. If he took a second to maybe think about his shot, he's got a lot of natural ability. I think he would do very well. But this is his first time he's ever played League, first season ever playing League. I think he's only played like 3 or 4 matches so far. So, but he's a very good, what we call like a bar shooter, right? He's a real fast shooter, plays a lot of instinct shots, and plays on feel mostly. But still, he only needs 3 games to my 7. So this match, like I said, is going to be tough, man. Grab yourself some popcorn, sit back, relax with your favorite beverage, whether it's sponsored or not, and let's enjoy this one, man. All right, a little bottom. I got by with a little help from my friends, too. That little bump on the 4-ball did me all right. Although if I didn't hit the 4, I think I would have hit the 3 and likely made it in the side and still ended up with a shape on the 4. But nevertheless, this is where we're at. I'm going to stop shot this one. Yeah. Yep, now I've got an angle. Shoot the 4 here. Whoever's shaking my camera, bro, cut it out. I'm going to follow up this way for the 5-ball. It's a little top, a little bit of right. Bada bing, bada boom, just like that. And now I'm looking pretty good on this 5-ball. I'm pretty straight. So I think it goes past the 7, obviously. I'm just going to probably draw it back a little bit. Or maybe, that 7-ball's tough. That's what I'm looking at. If I can make the 7-ball later on or not. Because I've got a good opportunity here to open it up. But it's going to make my shot harder on the 6-ball. So I'm going to play follow and bump the 8 out of the way to make the 7-ball more accessible. But it's a risky shot. Because now look, I got to shoot over top of that 7-ball in order to try to make the 6 up here. So got real tough on me, I mean, it was a calculated risk, I guess. I was hoping I wouldn't ended up right on top of this ball, because if I had a wide open look at the 6-ball, it'd be a whole lot easier. If I can make it, the cue ball should do this. If I can make, that's a big if though. It's not an easy shot, yeah. If I wasn't over top of the 7, like I said, would have been way easier. I got a little lucky where it ended up. But he knows 9-ball's sloppy, so he's going to hit him. Hit him hard. And maybe it goes somewhere, which it did. Oh, he was raising his hand already. He thought he scratched, but he didn't. It was a good shot. That was a good shot. Oof. It looks like he hit the rail a little bit first on that. Rewind the tape, watch it back. That 7 kind of bobbled in, but he ended up good on the 8 here. Oof. I'm so glad he didn't make that. I know, glad for myself that he didn't make that, because when he only needs 3 and he wins the first game and now he only needs 2 and I need 7, jeez, man, I don't know. It's insurmountable. Don't know if I come back from that. I'm going to follow this forward and shoot the 9 down this way into the corner. Easy peasy. And don't forget to mark the pocket. This is Tap League, so you always got to mark your pocket on 8 or 9-ball. So we're going to mark the pocket up. We're going to fire this 9 in, and we're going to go up 1-0 right off the bat, which I need to win the first few for sure, just to make this somewhat comfortable. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's going to be a tough match. Man, it's already a tough match, but we'll see what happens here. All right, 1-0. I got the break. Let's see if I can make a ball. So I've given up. This is the second time we've played League at this place. It's our new home bar, by the way, but it's the second time we've played League here. And I've noticed that I can't get a good rack, It doesn't matter who's racking. The racks are just never tight, and I don't know if it's just the balls being old or just the racks not being good, but I've given up trying to do a controlled break at 9-ball. I just try to smash them. That's all I can do. It's all I can do. It's all a fellow can do these days is just smash the break and hope to make something. He made a good shot in the 1, came back for a look at the 2, but doesn't have a good shot here at the 2. So he's going to hit it hard and hope for the best. And I think he ended up pretty okay because, man, he got me hooked. So I'm probably going to get the Raven jump cue out and try to jump this. And this ball we're playing with, my son brought this ball. If you watch my video on Temu review products, this was the cue ball we got from Temu. It's supposed to be an Aramith ball, but we've been playing with it now for a little while. We take it to league matches and stuff. It's a good ball to travel around with, but I'm noticing, man, I'm having a real hard time jumping with it. I can jump with it, but if I have to really follow through my stroke a lot more than I do with any other balls I've jumped with. Otherwise, it just won't hop. So those like little finesse jumps where you just want to hop a little bit are difficult. Man, so that's no bueno for me. He's got ball in hand here. Is he not going to take his ball in hand, or did I make a good hit? What's going on? Am I in the twilight zone, guys? Did I make a good hit there and just, oh, okay, there it is. He's taking ball in hand. I was about to say, I didn't think I made a good hit. I didn't think it was even close. I didn't even think it was close, man. He's going to fire at this combo, man. That's crazy talk. That's a crazy shot to try. Yeah, that's about what I expected, man. That shot is not easy. I've only got one shot here. I got to cut this 2 in the side. Now I'm going to use bottom to bring the cue ball this way. But I don't want the cue ball to come up this way, so I'm going to use outside spin. So when it hits the first rail, the outside spin will slide, and when it hits the second rail, the outside spin will take, so it'll come back down this way. So that's right spin, bottom right spin. So it slides off that rail and then takes off the second rail. If you rewind it back and watch it slow, rewind the tape, watch it back slower, you'll see after it hit the first rail and the cue ball was heading this way, it was still spinning. That's because it slides off the first rail and that spin takes off the second rail. Ooh, almost did make that one. That was bottom left. The bottom took it this way and the left took it that way. Ended up good on this 4-ball though. Now these pockets are so big, I can hit this 4-ball straight and just come off the rail a little bit and then draw just a little bit. I might not even draw, I might just stop it there. That way I can shoot this 5. I think I might even have to drift forward a little bit. I'm not 100% certain. It's hard to tell from our camera angle. Okay, drifted over a little bit, so I think I'm dead on it. If I can't see enough of it to cut it, I can bank it right here. That should be a fairly easy bank, you know, as far as banks go. But I think I can make it straight in and just top, come back around this way for the 7. Just gotta be careful not to scratch over here in this side pocket. Yeah, good speed. That way, even if I went straight at the pocket, I wouldn't scratch with that speed. So that works out nice. Stop shot here. Easy peasy. Now I've got a little angle on the 8, but not enough to really punch it over. So I'm probably just going to roll up to about here and then play the 9, short side. And they call this short side because the space to shape on this side is way shorter than the space to shape on this side. So this, you know, the first shape you see would be over in here somewhere, and that would be the regular shape. This shape over in here, short side. Anyway, if you didn't know, which I'm sure you did, now you know. No one's half the battle. You know, G.I. Joe taught me that. Taught me that in the 80s and 90s. Well, I don't even know if it was the 90s. I think it was just the 80s. Anyway, I got the second rack down. Now we're up 2-0. So this is looking a lot more manageable as a 3-5 race than a 3-7 race, that's for sure. Here goes the break again. Can I get a ball to fall? Yeah, luckily. I mean, I didn't make that ball fall. Just another ball came back and hit it, and it fell. It was the 5 over here in the corner. I have a real hard time making balls on this table, though, I'll tell you that. I ended up just smashing them. I hit them harder and harder as the game went on because I couldn't figure out the break. Couldn't figure it out. I remember that. All right, am I going to bank this? I may try to bank it. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling at the table. I could play a safety here as well, but I kind of like the bank. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yep. Banked it, and I drew it backwards. Ended up with a decent shot here on this 2-ball. This is the 3, I believe. So when I make this 2, I'm going to use a little outside spin and try to get myself down around here somewhere. I want the middle of the table so I can take a good shot at this 3-ball up here. Well, not up there. It's going to be up there. Not quite up there. You get the idea, bro. You know where I'm going with it. Oh, that's too hard. That's too hard. Too much spin. Slow up. See me tapping the table with my stick? That means slow the F down, cue ball. Slow the, I said F. You already know it's a family channel, guys. Yeah, so I overran that. Now I don't have the shot. If I can see the edge of it, yeah, you see me putting my cue stick back here, and now I'm putting my hand back there. I'm trying to visualize the cue ball being back here. So what I want to do is just graze the edge of it with outside spin and get the cue ball down that way. That's my goal. It's a tough shot, but it's really the only shot I got. I'm glad the 6 was there. Otherwise, I would have scratched. I got exactly where I wanted to go, but I did it luckily, right? I was trying to put more spin and come off that rail to get back there. I was heading straight into the scratch till I nicked the 6 ball, and then it got me over where I wanted to be. Bottom line, the result ended up good, but I got there by luck, not by skill, you know, which is unfortunate for a gentleman such as myself. Hey, same as the last video, guys. You see these blinking lights over there? You know, if you're prone to seizures, this is your disclaimer, bro. Turn it off now. You know, I'm not liable for your seizure, bro. I didn't control those lights. I'm just letting you know they're there. Ooh, that was a tough hit, man. I had them buried pretty good. The 6 ball's still tough. 6, 7 ball's tough here. The rest of the table's pretty open. The 8 ball's not in the best location either. This honestly is not the easiest out in the world. So I've got to be cautious how I play it. I would like to end up middle of the table somewhere. That way I can shoot this on an angle and send the cue ball over here for the 6. That's what I would like to do. I would like to end up somewhere around the middle of the table here. Is that going to be too hard? It is. Yeah, you see me hitting the table again. I already told you, universal sign for slow the F down. Anytime you tap the table over and over, usually you're saying, slow down, bro. Slow down, cue ball. Alto, amigo. That means stop, my friend. You know, basically, I'll teach you Spanish, you know. Even though I don't know Spanish, I'll still teach it to you. I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about today. All right, yeah, so I still have that shot I was talking about, but now it's way harder. I might have to go back and forth twice, or I might end up playing the combo on the 6-7. But I've got to focus on this cut because it's pretty thin. Oh, I didn't even play the cut. That was stupid. Yeah, I don't know why I went for that back cut bank. That was probably one of the dumbest shots I could have ever played. And did you notice that cue ball curve at the end? Table's not 100% level, man. Neither of them are. There's 2 tables here, and this is where we play. And neither of the tables are 100% level. One of these days, I'm going to get up there early. I did it a little bit already, but I didn't have a ton of time. But one of these days, I'm going to get up there a little earlier and see if I can maybe level them a little bit better. I got a pretty lucky leave on this, though. He's going to try to fire it in over there, and I don't blame him. That's a pretty okay shot to take. He made it. See what I mean? He's a good shot maker. He's what I would call a good bar player, right? Because he can make shots, man. He plays off field. He can make the shots. He just needs to learn a little technical aspect, you know, with shape and technical ability with his stroke. And a lot of times when you take someone who's a good bar player, you know, they just see the ball, they make the ball, and they're good at that. But when they start learning the way the game really works, instead of playing on field, they think about it more, and it usually will make their game a lot worse before it gets better. And people get frustrated, you know, and they stop trying. But I don't think that'll happen with Dennis. He likes playing the game, so we'll see. All right, man, he's got me stuck pretty good. I'm just going to try to slowly kick this 6. One thing I don't want to do is separate them and give him ball in hand. So that's why I'm kicking it extremely slow, but it was still just a little bit too hard because I separated him enough, I think. I think I separated him enough. If he sticks the cue ball here, he might be able to make that 6. His shape on the 7 is going to be a little tricky. If he uses top, the cue ball after it hits a 6 will bump the 7 and then come this way, and the 7 should move only a little bit as long as he doesn't hit it hard. So, I mean, he can shape it, but not at this angle, I don't think, unless he just shoots the 7 from up in here. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That works out well, but his 8 ball is going to be tough now because coming from here, it's hard to shape that 8. That's for sure. Oh, he missed it. He missed it for the biscuit. Okay, he left me a pretty thin cut from 3/4 of the table away. So I tapped the table, let him know that's a difficult shot. And even if I make this cut, man, what happens if my cue ball comes up this way? I'm not going to have a great shot on that 8. So I don't know what my plan here is, but it's probably not good if I had to guess, you know? Probably not good because I can't see a great plan. Oh, I'm putting right spin. I didn't put enough right spin. I saw what I was trying to do. I was trying to put enough right spin to come this way. Like that. That would have been great. But that's not what happened. So I'm looking to see how much gap is in between the 8 ball and the rail. Or how close it is to that point. So see if I could cut it up the rail without scratching. I think that's impossible. My only shot if I want to attack here is probably the bank into this corner. But even where the 9's at, I would have to draw out of it. Like that, I guess. Now I didn't draw out of it enough because now I still have a bank on the 9. This is crazy talk. Crazy, crazy talk, man. All right. See if I can make a bank. I think I must have marked it here because I don't see a marker here. So I must be going to the left pocket. Yeah, I did. I missed it too. I missed it. Okay, in tap league, if you slop the 9 in somewhere, it spots back up because you have to call your shot. And now it's Dennis's turn. So Dennis has this shot right here. It's a spot shot. Not the easiest shot in the world, but the shot is available. I'm making sure I spot this up correctly because there's no actual spot on the table. So I had to look to make sure this line and this line matched up. So I got it spotted up. It's Dennis's shot. If he makes this, he's going to be 1 game closer to victory. If he misses it, then I get a chance. That's how the game works, bro. I didn't make the rules. You know, it's just how it works. I don't make the rules. I just follow them most of the time. All right, this is a tricky shot, man, especially... Ooh, he went for a bank anyway. Yeah, he marked it up here. That's a power move, marking the pocket with your knife. It's kind of take it as a threat, like, bro, if this ball don't go in, you're in trouble. You better not beat me. You see what I got in my pocket. I see you over there, Dennis, trying to intimidate, marking it with the... I'm using a chicken wing. Meanwhile, he's over there using a knife, like Crocodile Dundee. You know? That's not a knife. That's a knife. All right, so I made another one. Now we're up 3-0. Now it's a 4-3 race. It's getting way more manageable now, guys. You know, I've only got to win 4 more. He's got to win 3 more. And I made a ball on the break. Let's see if I get a shape. Do I get a shape? Can I have a shot? Maybe. That one may pass the 2, or I may just be able to bump the 2 slightly and make it. But I'm pretty close to that 3 ball, so I can't tell if I can see past the 3 or not. Looks like I might be able to, but, you know, who knows? We're going to find out together here in just a second. We will find out together. Let's stay together. Sorry, guys. I promise I'll never sing again. You know what I'm saying? Fingers crossed, though, because I can't help myself. Can't help. Oh, that went clean. That went clean. Even hit it firm enough to get the cue ball back out for a decent look at the 2. I think I'll probably just draw back off this 2. I might even draw into the 5-6 here to spread them out and try for the run out. Oh, I'm using top. Same thing, though. You know, I spread them out so I could try for the run out, but I may have gotten in trouble because now I have to shoot over top of this 9 on an angle. And even if I make the 3, look where the 4 is at down here, guys. You know, what's a gentleman like myself supposed to do in this situation? I'll tell you what I do is I got to bank it over here, cross bank it. That's the only way to get shape on the 4. Yep. Yeah, it's the only way to shape the 4, man. If I try to make that straight in, because I couldn't see the bottom of the ball to put any type of draw on it, if I try to make that straight in, I never get shape on that 4 ball. Best case scenario, I end up somewhere up here, and I can't even bank the 4 this way because the 5's in the way. So that worked out, though. The cross bank worked. It was a decent shot. And I don't like trying to cut this in, so it looks like I'm playing a safety here. Yeah. Yep. Oh, did I hit it too hard? No, I don't think so. Maybe. From our camera angle, it looks like I got him, but you never know. The angle can be deceiving. Just like that girl in Thailand, you know, they can be deceiving. You never know. You never know until you go to shoot it. Oh, boy. If you don't hit the like button for that, there's something wrong with you, bro. That was a funny little joke. You know, and if you don't get the joke, I apologize, and I can't explain it because it's a family channel. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain the joke. It's a family channel. Kind of funny. It's kind of funny, you know. Leave a comment if you didn't get the joke, and I'll explain it to you there. You know, that's all I can do. Can't say it out loud. Okay, that was a decent little shot. Decent little shot. Not the best of shapes, though. If I cut this in, the problem is the cue ball is going to hit that 9. The 9's not going to go. The 9's going to end up coming this way from the looks of it. I don't think I can make the 9. And I can't shape the 6. I could just go ahead and make the 5, hit the 9 with the cue ball. The cue ball would end up right here, and then I would have to bank the 6. Or I could bank the 5 now with top. That's what it looks like I'm doing, banking the 5 with top. Stupid shot. I should have really played safe here. Yeah, that was a dumb shot, man, but I was starting to feel good, so I was just kind of letting loose a little bit, playing loose, you know. If you play too tight in a 7-3 race, man, I mean, you have to make your shots, man. You know, playing loose feels a little better sometimes, so I'm glad I was loose, but that was a little willy-nilly, you know, on that shot. Ooh, speaking of willy-nilly, holy mackerel, he throws his hands up in disgust, and I understand that 100% because that's tough when you bobble the pocket on a straight-in shot. Man. I get it. It was not easy being cheesy. You know, tough acting, tenacting when you do stuff like that. Makes you want to quit. But you can't quit. You got to persevere. Perseverance. Oh, I got to go get the extension because I'm too short. I'm too short. Life is too short. Too short. Life is. That's a good old jam, man. Back in the day, listening to some Too Short. So when I shoot this, I'm probably just going to hit the edge of this ball with top. That way the cue ball can bounce on that rail and come up table this way for the 8. I don't really have to do much for the 8. I could just shoot it straight in and draw it back a little and shoot the 8 from here too. But I like the idea of coming up table. That way it's easier for me to get shape on the 9 because I'd rather a nice easy shot on the 9 ball than a long tough one. You know what I mean? Yeah, that works out nice. I might as well keep that extension on my cue, bro, because if I couldn't reach this one, I'm not going to be able to reach this one, that's for sure. It's about the same distance. Yeah, so I'm going back to get my extension. I knew as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, geez, I should have just left the extension right on the stick. What's the matter with me? What's the matter with you, Josh? What's the matter with you, bruh? Bruh? All right. This is a nice, easy, straight top. Maybe a little left spin to keep it inside. Oh, my gosh. What a dumb head. The whole reason I took the shape on the last shot to get up here is so I wouldn't have a long shot on the 9. And here I am with a long shot on the 9. I needed to hit that further and let it come down table to about here. All right. And I've noticed Dennis keeps leaning on the table where my camera's at, shaking the camera, but, you know, we won't hold it against him. I didn't notice it until I started editing this video, and then I was like, man, he keeps shaking my table up. Dang you, you know. Am I gonna make a ball here? I don't know. It's a chance if I make a ball or not. You know, it's just pure luck. I'm just hitting them in the middle and smashing the break, just to try to make something happen, catting. But nothing actually happened, catting. I gotta plug this in. I'm sorry. I had to plug something in to charge, you know. I got all this downtime right here. I might as well charge some electronics. You know, that's the way it goes. Gotta charge them up. All right, Dennis at the table figuring out what he wants to do. I think he can make the one here. That's not really the problem, but the two's down here. So if he makes this one, his cue ball is going to want to come this way. Or if he uses top, it's going to want to come this way. It's going to be hard to get shape on that two. He may scratch if he's not careful here. Okay, he played a safety. Very good. Did he play safety or was he going for the one? Because that was real close to going in. I think he maybe intentionally played a safety there, and if he did, that was a great shot. You don't expect that, you know, when you're playing someone who's new to league and never played competition league with ball in hand. Usually they don't go for safeties. So I kind of tend to think he was trying to make that shot, and good thing for him he didn't, because he would have been safe on the two. But now he's got me safe on the one, and there's no good way to kick at this, so I'm going to try to come up this rail and back down. It's not easy, especially for short gentlemen such as myself. Stretched all the way out there. Yeah, I put too much spin on that shot. Little less spin, I think I would at least hit it. All right, it's enough shaking my table, bro. It's enough. I've had enough of you shaking my table, man. I don't think he shakes the whole time. I think he notices and stops doing it. I think he notices and stops doing it here soon. This is, you want the other angle that you just had. Now you're going to be close to the rail for your shot on the two ball. So yeah, move this ball back over this way, right up against this rail. That way you have an angle and the cue ball can drift out here. Otherwise your next shot's going to be off the rail. Yeah, that's nice. Good job. Good job. All right, if this is a three, he's looking good. Just make the two. Oh, not so hard, though. If he would have just made that soft, man, made it soft, he could have shot it from right there, you know? Oh, he just sat. You can tell every time he gets up or sits down, he's shaking the table up. He's shaking the table up. Yeah, the 4-5 is the only sticking point to this run out here, so that's what I'm looking at first. If I can just put a little draw, get the cue ball right up in here, I can make this combo. The 4 ball should drift over into here, and my cue ball should draw back to about here, and then this will be my shot on the 4. We'll see. We'll see if it works that way. It's the way it should work. I gotta sneeze, guys, and I apologize. It went away. There's nothing worse than that, having a sneeze and not being able to. You know, if you look at the light, usually it helps, but I've got a couple bright lights here and it didn't work. All right, so that would have worked exactly like I thought, but I hit it a little bit harder and the 4 ball came out here, and I still have a good shot over here into the corner. So I'm going to hit this with top. I've got to get the cue ball down probably like around this area for the 6. That'll probably work. I think I can cut that in pretty easy. It's thin cut, but it's so close to the pocket and it's far enough off that rail. This shouldn't be that difficult. Probably run 2 rails back up and down towards the 7. Yeah. Oh, did I hit this too hard? I hit it way too hard. That was dumb. That was dumb. Little flick off the 8 ball might have helped me. Now I at least have a shot to come up here. You're shaking my camera up, bro. Man. I mean, it's a big tripod on a table, you know. It's not like it's hard to see. It's recording, you know. When you shake the table, it shakes the tripod. Shakes the camera. Oof. Tough shot, but how lucky did I just get on this leave, man? How lucky did I just get here? Is he going to bank it back this way or bank it back that way? That is the question. Which way will he go? Which way did he go? Which way did he go? I don't know. I mean, you can go either way here. I think I probably... he went down for this one. He was going for this one. That's probably the same pocket I would have went for. It's just hard to tell how much angle he had. The problem with banking it down that way is when he came up here, the cue ball is going to want to come this way and maybe run into the 7 or something. I don't know, man. It wasn't easy, or the 9 ball. So I'm going to follow this forward because I want a less angle on that 8 ball. And I'll take a little further shot for less angle. I could have also tried to draw it back like that, but then you start getting so close to your shot line, your speed becomes way too important on that shot. So I just followed it forward. I'll take a little bit longer shot on that 8 ball. It's not a big deal. I'll make the 8 ball with a little right spin, come over this way. I could just use straight top too and come up like this. Either way, looks like I'm going to use the right spin, not straight top. Yep. Which is nice. I like coming off a couple rails if I can. It's easier to control the speed for whatever reason. Easier to control the speed, and I break out the chicken wing, mark my pocket, and if I make this, I should be up to 5-0, looking like a hero. Not quite. Not quite, man. You know, my play's been okay, but definitely a couple shots I chose unwisely here. I'm just getting a little bit lucky. Talk about unlucky, though. Look at this. That 4-2 is going to make this rack next to impossible. Move your chicken wing, bro. What do you think this is? Thinks he must have heard me. You know, by he, I mean me. By me, I mean previous me on camera. You know, this me is on camera too, but that me is previous me. And by the time you watch this video, this me will be previous me as well. So kind of just broke the matrix, I think, and blew my mind with that whole thing. I'm not going to think about all that, bro. That's way too much thought process for a gentleman such as myself. I'm marking it because I'm trying to bank this 1 into the 9, and the only reason I'm even attempting that shot is because where the 2 ball's at. It's all jacked up, you know. Can't get to the 2 ball, so I can't run out. I might as well fire at the 9 ball and see if I can make it. He's got a combo, the 1-3 combo. It's pretty good combo. The 3's in the pocket. Nice shot. And the 1's going to bounce out nice for a shot. Yep. But look where his 2 ball's at now. If he makes this 1, he's in trouble. Oh, he didn't make the 1. He's a genius. Pure genius, you know. He knew that if he made that 1, he would have been in trouble on the 2. So he's like, I'm not going to make this 1. I'm just going to make it look like I'm trying to make this 1, you know. Pure genius, man, you know. These guys all think I'm a new league player, you know. I'm telling you, strategy, man. Skill level he's probably actually like an 800 Fargo, you know, and he's geniusly sandbagging, you know. I'm just kidding, guys. That's not legit. I'm just joking around. Don't take that serious. Just kidding. I'm gonna try that same shot again. I'm gonna try to make the 9 again because the 2's still in the same spot. Yeah, that's crazy though. I'm definitely not ever gonna make the 9 like that, but this time it cost me. I scratched it up, you know, and I'm rubbing the ball on my fat belly. I don't know if I'm doing it for luck or just to clean the cue ball. Probably just to clean the cue ball, but, you know, sometimes it's for luck. When you rub Buddha's fat belly, you get a little luck on it. Maybe I was putting a voodoo curse on that cue ball. You don't know. You know, he don't know. Only I know, and I ain't going to tell, you know. It's an old Irish curse. Oh, look at him pulling out the pocket knife again. He's calling the 9 ball. This is a absolutely crazy shot. And just because it's a crazy shot, it's probably going to go in. You know, every time when I'm playing somebody and they're getting ready to take a shot, I'm like, no way in hell they should be taking this shot. A lot of times it goes in. So what do I know? You know, I don't know nothing. Okay, didn't go in this time. And he broke the 2 ball out, but he safetied me. I can't make it. I can't make a good hit. I got to try to come like off this rail and off this rail. No, I can't even do it that way, man, I don't think. How do I hit this, man? Can I go here, here, here? No, 6 is in the way. I don't know how to hit this. Oh, I'm going to curve and try to hit it this way. Jeez, man. You know, he had me in a real tough spot right there. That wasn't, every path I looked at was blocked. That was pretty tough acting right there. All right, now he's got a good-looking table, wide open. And if he just thinks about it for a second, slows down, I think he can get out here. We'll see what happens. He's due for a game. He's due for one. Shape the 4 nicely. He's got to get to that 5, though, man. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. Oh, you notice he started walking to his next shot before that ball even moved. That's the epitome of standing up on your shot right there. So Dennis, if you watch this, and I don't know if he watches or not, he maybe does, maybe don't, I don't know. But if he watches this, if you watch this, Dennis, one thing I noticed, and I noticed this when we were playing as well, if you just stay down on your shot longer, don't lift your head up, stay down. Like watch your ball drop before you lift your head and start moving to your next shot. I think it'll help your game quite a bit. Okay, I'm going for this combo wombo. It's not the easiest combo. It's kind of a little silly, but it's either that or I shoot this here. I mean, I might as well go for the 9, you know what I mean? Even if I miss the 9, I'm not in danger of leaving it easy for him because the 4 ball is not going to be lined up. Let's see what happens. I got it. I got it, and that puts me right on the hill, and it's a perfect time for a commercial. We'll be right back. Ever wish you could play like Efren Reyes? If you buy our new line of short rail merchandise, I can guarantee you'll play as good as Efren Reyes. I'm sorry, I was just informed I can't say that. I can guarantee you will not play as good as Efren Reyes. You'll still suck, but you'll look good doing it. Get you some. We're back, and here goes a break. Oh, I made a ball. Made 2, made 3. I made 3 ball. Am I going to scratch? Nope, no scratch. And I think I got a shot. I think I got a shot on the 1 right in the side. I'm going to have to follow the cue ball up and back down to around here somewhere for a shot on the 2 ball, I think. It's kind of a tricky shape. I could put outside spin on this as well. Top outside and bring the cue ball back this way, but I think the 3 balls becomes really big if I do it that way. I mean, if I don't put enough outside on it, I'm going to end up being hooked on that 3 ball. Yeah, I think maybe inside is the best here, but I don't know. I have to see which way I do it. I missed it, you know. That's the easy way to do it. When you're not sure if you should use inside or outside, you just miss your shot, you know. That's the pro tip from an amateur right there. Pro tip from an amateur. When you're not sure about it, what just happened? Why am I getting another shot here? Rewind the tape. What just happened? Did I slop something in by accident? What am I doing? What am I doing here? What am I doing? I've got a straight shot. What am I doing? I'm shooting at the 2 ball, and my team's just letting me do it. They're just watching me. Dennis is watching me. Everybody's watching me line this up. What do they think? I'm kicking at the 1 ball? I'm straight in on the 1 ball. Come on, team. You got to stop me from doing this, man. Come on. No one's watching my game. My whole team's not watching my game. You know? I see what you guys are up to. And then right after I did it, he jumps up and was like, oh, yeah, you shot at the 2 ball and you were supposed to be on the 1 ball. Yeah, bro, you just sit there and watched me line up the 2 ball for like 2 minutes straight. And now he's saying, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know you were going for the 2 ball. I didn't know. I can't even. And I'm not mad at Dennis, man. It's not his job to tell me. But my team is literally sitting right here. In fact, Joe, you can see his feet right there. He's standing there watching me. You know, my whole team is watching me do this, and they're just letting me line up the 2 ball to kick at it. You know, ultimately, I'm to blame. It's my own fault. But come on, you got to help a brother out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? What's team for? You know? What is a team for if not to help you out from time to time? They've let me do that 3 times this season, and I get it. I'm the idiot that keeps doing it. But help me out sometimes, man. Apparently you know I have a problem with shooting the wrong ball. I can't believe that whole exchange was pretty humorous, if you ask me, man. I'm sitting there lining it up, looking to kick the 2 ball in. Everyone's sitting there watching me do it. Meanwhile, I've got a straight in shot on the 1. You know, that's crazy, man. I can't believe it. Let's see if I can let it go and play. Yeah, I did. I let that shot go and play. I'll hit this too hard. Big bounce off the rail. Yeah, give it a push, you know. Sometimes the air push will help. It'll help it get it off the rail a little more when you push it in the air like that. I don't know why. It's science, bro. It's science. I don't know why it helps. It just does. All right, I got to make this 5 nice and easy. Little inside spin just to come up for the 9. The only reason I use a little inside is I didn't want to hit the 9. If I hit the 9 and push it over here and the cue ball ends up here, then I'm in trouble. If I got a ball here and a cue ball here, you know, and I come from this direction, it becomes difficult. Family channel, I know. Stop being immature, Josh. All right, this is going to give me the match, though, right here, baby. Give me the match. If I can make this shot, there's no way I miss it. There it is. Game over. Dennis, thank you, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for letting me record. Don't worry about that little 2-ball incident. That wasn't your fault. It was my fault. You know what I mean? Would I have let my opponent shoot it? Maybe not. You know, probably not. In fact, I know not because I've stopped my opponent from doing that many times. But it happens, and I'm the idiot that did it, so it's nobody to blame but myself and my team. My team should have stopped me from doing it, so I blame them. You know, it's not my fault. I blame my teammates for that. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, man. If you want a short rail, that link's in the description. If you want a Raven Q, Carbon Fiber Q, use 10% off code Josh, man. Josh. Like you don't know how to spell Josh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody out there. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace. Oh, just kidding. There we go. Now we're done. Now you guys are just listening to me, but you can't see me. That's probably even weirder. All right, we're out of here. See ya.